Well, the world champion is back in town once again here in London. It was only a matter of months ago he was in Germany picking up that all-important first ever world championship. There's been so much talk about him coming into this year. Can he back up the performance we saw from last year? He finds himself in a very difficult group alongside 5 other players. I think maybe he forgot to go to the restroom. He's had to run back there for a second. Brandon Smith and Casey on the mic for you on this first game. Case, I'm just excited to see him in action, to see what he can bring this year to FC25.
Yeah, I am also very, very excited to see both of these players face up against each other. I think that obviously we expect a lot from Anders, but there's a lot of pressure that comes being the world champion coming into the next season. You expect a lot from that player. Is it the one-0 that could potentially take down a player like Anders? You never know. Never count out the underdog.
Well, let's speak about the one-offs then, because he has qualified in back-to-back years in the FC Pro Open. He didn't actually qualify for the qualifier. It was a player that couldn't make it back in London a few weeks ago. He took his chance. He took that last ticket on a plane from Riyadh to get himself over here. And what a performance he gave us in London, Case. He did enough to qualify himself. And look, 2 years in a row to be amongst the best 24 players in the world. That's some good going. That's
the thing. He took down fantastic players in the qualification stage. He also started off the season 39th in the rankings. He is now 24th. So he's quietly making his way up into those top rankings. And I think he's a player that we need to start respecting.
Absolutely. Well, look, here we go. Then we are underway officially in Group B. We are waiting for our main game to kick off, the one-offs against Anders Vejrgang, but in the meantime, while we wait, we have Leandro Peixoto taking on Nicolas. The Iceman is also in this group as well, which just goes to show how much quality is in it. And then the other game that's taking place is ManuBachoore, obviously a former world champion, taking on AboFawzi in there as well. So many good games in Case. As I was saying, so many winners in this group, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, I think that at this stage of the game, you have to be a winner to qualify for an event like this, because think of all of the stages that they had to go through, whether it's a ladder, it's a Swiss stage. Like, there are so many players that are not in this competition that are also winners. So you have to be at the top tier of the FC Pro community in order to even be seated in this venue.
Well, if you have tuned in tonight as well, good evening first and foremost from the television centre here in London, as this early chance comes in for Leandro Peixoto. It's a massive save from Courtois. Do let us know at home. Quick corner comes in, and somehow William Saliba does enough. But let us know in the chat at home, first and foremost, I guess from the get-go, Mystery Nation tonight. There's another Mystery Nation up for grabs. Who is it? I mean, Case, we'll give a few clues tonight, I can assure you, but it always takes them a little bit of time to guess it.
Yeah, a little bit of time, so we're curious about your guesses right off the bat. Let us know what you think that Mystery Nation can be, as we've given no clues so far, so you're really just guessing out of nothing. But we want to see, what nation do you want to see? As we see a goal here in a game that we haven't quite seen. Brandon, he was facing the other way with Bobby Charlton, but somehow that's going in the back of the net for ManuBachoore.
Maybe he was looking at Jafonzo's team last week, because Bobby Charlton does feature. ManuBachoore leads by a goal to nil there. What a finish. What a start that is, breakthrough over there. But just a word on Leandro Peixoto. You can't quite see off camera, but he's one of the Peixoto brothers. There's 2 French players, they've been teammates before. His brother Diogo just sits across him, coaching him tonight. He's teaming up this year with Fuma, Leandro Peixoto. Fuma also qualified for the FC Pro Open. They'll be playing in the French E-League 1 later on this year. They actually won the league a few years back. And I have to say, in this group, I look at him as a bit of a front runner already.
Yeah, definitely. I think if we look at some of the stats from when he was competing in the qualification stage, he said he only lost 1 game, and it was to Paulo Neto in penalties. And so he is definitely at the top of his, in terms of his competition this year. I think that he's at a whole nother level that we've seen. He's been in the scene for quite a while, but I think he's definitely turned it up this year. He's very, very good at FC25.
Absolutely. Again, get your predictions in the chat. What is the Mystery Nation this week? It has just come out as an objective, I'm sure, on the Ultimate Team menus. As we have another update here, ManuBachoore has given AboFawzi a lovely welcome to the FC Pro Open. His first time that he's been at the Saudi Arabian player of Twisted Minds. And Manu is ensuring that this time, Casey, has a better start, because he came in last year to London, first ever FC Pro Open. He was the world champion at the time, and it just didn't work out for him. There was so much pressure on his shoulders.
There was, yeah, he had definitely had a tough start to last season, but I think that we have seen a different side of him. As we see some of the questions coming in, Brandon, easy, it's Uruguay, is that true?
It's not that easy, and it's not Uruguay. Unfortunately, Yoli, you're not right. Is it Poland? No, it's not Poland. Greece? Unfortunately not, Josh. Ecuador. I mean, unfortunately, everyone's miles off at the moment here, Case.
Maybe they'll get it eventually. It is not Ivory Coast. But yeah, guys, keep guessing in the chat. We'll let you know and potentially give you a few clues as the stream continues.
Right, here we go. We've had a kick-off now. The one-off against Anders Vejrgang, his first proper kick of the ball on FC25. And there he is on the big screen. What an opportunity this is as well for the one-offs to really send out a message to the rest of the competition, because you're right to say off the rankings, Case, coming in, the one-offs has jumped up a few spots already, mainly from what he was able to achieve in the qualifier. Big chance early doors. Anders is going to get an easy tap in. 4 minutes in. And as I was trying to build up a story for the one-offs, it sort of hasn't really come to anything in the end.
As we get to see the replay here for Andos, Bruno Fernandes into Mbappe across goal. He gets the rebound. Unfortunate for Courtois, as we see Anders' amazing reaction and celebrations there. I'm sure we'll see more of those celebrations as the tournament continues, because we haven't seen too much of him this year. And so I'm sure all of us in the chat can agree that we've missed them.
Wow. Manu is cooking. 15 minutes gone there. 3-0 Heelys. What a start. We know that Team Hullet are such a talent factory. They know pretty much every single detail in the game as the meta continues to change. And you are seeing a perfect case study there of the former world champion, ManuBachoore. What a start he's having, Case.
Absolutely. I've spoken to multiple other pros this year, and every single player speaks so highly of Manu's competition this year, of his gameplay. I think that he's coming into this, maybe not being the world champion is that fire that he needed to be lit to bring him back into reality and get him back into the scene this year, because we're seeing a much different ManuBachoore than we saw in the beginning of last year's FC Pro season, and I think that that'll just continue throughout the entirety of the year.
Well, the only game that we haven't really had a goal in, I believe, is Nicolas against Leandro Peixoto. Nicolas obviously wasn't part of the FC Pro Open last year, believe it or not, which sounds so weird to say. This time he was able to get his qualification, and a fun fact about Nicolas, he's the only player here that's got 2 coaches with him, which certainly goes to show how much preparation he is making. Gravenberch punch into Didier Drogba, one more pass into Ray-10! Offside or a free kick?
We did have a question that we missed there, Brandon. Is it in Europe? Do you have an answer for that one? Do we want to give that away?
Am I allowed to give it away? As someone won the Ballon d'Or from that nation.
That's a great question.
That's a great question.
That is a fantastic question.
Bobby Charlton, Mbappe dispossessed by Rio Ferdinand. Of course, keep in mind as well that all our players here tonight in the FC Pro Open have to follow certain draft restrictions, which ensures that the competition just remains exciting as ever. This time round, it was a 9 million coin budget, and with the introduction of some of those thunderstruck players, I mean, a question for you at home to get involved in the conversation. One thunderstruck icon was allowed in these teams with a 9 million coin budget. Which player would you choose? As Nicolas opens up his account, and no surprises come from a set piece. His coaches are certainly paying off. Have you been lucky to pack a thunderstruck icon yet?
Not yet. I've actually had not too much luck in like the last month or two. The best item that I've packed recently is Gabriel Jesus FC Pro Live item. So I'm looking at you, PhD, in the future.
Just see the chat as well popping up there. Rooney, I was lucky enough to get my hands on that Rooney thunderstruck. Other than that, I feel like I've packed every English icon that's been a thunderstruck player, but no one else, unfortunately. Oh no, I got Roy Keane actually. That was a little bit of a disappointment when I checked out. He was worth nothing. And then 20 minutes later, guess what I did? Did a base icon SBC, got Roy Keane.
Oh my goodness, that is unlucky.
Couldn't quite believe my luck. 20 minutes gone here. Anders Vejrgang, FC Pro World Champion, leading by a goal to nil still. Remember, there are so many crazy matchups coming tonight. That's a clever pass around the corner. Steven Gerrard might just about get on there, but not for so long, as Theo Hernandez is able to just save the ball. Anders Vejrgang again, coming forward. It's a deflection that's certainly going to help him out.
Now, it's important to note, Brandon, that the theoneos did compete in the group stage last year, and it didn't quite go as he would have liked. He was bottom of the group at the end of it. But I will say, do you think that he might have a bit more confidence as, you know, it's year 2 going into it? He's been in this seat before. He's been under the purple lights. I mean, I think we could see a bit more just confidence sitting there in that chair. What do we think?
100%. Speaking of the theoneos, there's a chance there, timed it green. And another one from Steven Gerrard, of all people, coming over the time of Green Trevally. You're absolutely right. I think the theoneos has got another year of land experience behind him. I'm excited to see how he plays out across these next 2 match days, including tonight. Leandro Peixoto, keep an eye out for him. The new man for FC Lorient. That's just equalised against Nicolas. Back to this one now. Lofted ball finds Teo Hernandez on the left-hand side. And at the moment, everything that's coming Vejrgang's way is to be able to stop. Is there a goal back? There is over this side. It's Gareth Bale, who was the hero for AboFawzi in the qualifier. I love that he's chosen him again in this draft restriction. But I didn't expect that to be the goal.
I don't mind it, though. I mean, he brought his goalkeeper all the way out, so he did have an open opportunity to shoot it from that distance. So I really don't mind it. It does put him 3-1 in this game, so he's back in it. And I mean, they're only 40 minutes into it, and so he definitely has made his statement. And sometimes it's just that first goal that needs to land to get you back into that game. But it's going to be tough. He's going against a player like ManuBachoore, previous world champion.
Which, as you're right to say, he didn't have the best FC Pro Open last time out, did he? He was unable to make it into the knockout stages, and by his own standards, you can most definitely see that he does not want to make the same mistake again this year. Diego Dallo might be one of the most popular choices in at right back. Bruno Fernandes able to find his teammate of club and country. There's Didier Drogba. Power shot was asking a lot from that angle, but you never know. Update over here. Are we seeing a goal, or is this live now? This is live. It still is only by a goal to nil. Anders Vejrgang in the lead. 30 minutes on the clock. And if you were lucky to get Xavi Simons, I mean, we've been speaking about people investing in players. If you've got the coins laying around to invest in more than even one Xavi Simons, fair play to you. Richard was just saying he's worth 900k at the moment on the market. Yeah, I cannot afford even one. So my most recent purchase was Nathan Ake, and he was around 450k, and so I spent the rest of my bank on that one. So we're looking at you, Tex. We're looking at you next week. Remember, just 3 points tonight from any of the players would upgrade their FC Pro Love item by +1 on their overall rating. And the more points they get in the FC Pro Open, the more upgrades that will happen, including potentially even a championship win in it all. There could be a huge upgrade for those that have invested at home. Here's Anders looking for a second. Drogba! Courtois saves for a corner. Watch out for Van Dijk, you know where it's going. And he weren't too happy that that corner did not land. Update over here. Manu is back into a 3-goal lead again. Bobby Charlton. He's pricey, Case, but the pros that have been using him across these first 2 weeks, they've backed it up. Yeah, I think if you love him and you're able to utilize his play styles, definitely add him into the team. But it's hard because with that many coins and such a small budget, and then you probably hear 9 million, you're like, what are you talking about, Case? That is not a small budget, but it goes away very quickly when you add players like Bobby Charlton or even any icons, because Anders has Rio in his squad, and so putting those heavy price players in, the budget goes down very, very quickly. Well, the theoneos obviously also does have Bobby Charlton in his team. Not been able to see too much from the English icon on this game in particular, but he has had so many chances against Anders. He's certainly been in this one. Update over here again on the stroke of half-time. Leandro Peixoto, first time through ball, finds Didier Drogba. And the trademark power shot, the all-important play style plus, it pays again in the final third. This could be another chance for Anders. Courtois. Big save, big save. Oh my, you've got to be careful there. The theoneos, you cannot be making those sort of mistakes in the FC Pro Open. He might be made to pay for this now. It could be a gift for Anders. He's saved again by The Belgium shot stopper, but the pressure's still not fully dealt with. Anders with another wave of attack. The Courtois is having an unbelievable game. Quick corner comes in, Van Dijk is there! And finally on the 6th time of asking, Anders Vejrgang will find a 2-goal lead.
My goodness, as we look at the replay here, it is an easy corner attempt, green timed with Virgil van Dijk as we see these celebrations. We've seen a bit of frustration from Anders in the last few minutes of the game, but I think that will help him going into halftime. But I'll be honest, like, I've still been impressed with the Theoneos. He's able to keep Anders off. 2 goals, there's plenty of time left to go, Brandon.
He's easily had like 3 or 4 good chances there, Case. The one thing that impressed me the most there is that any player other than Anders Vejrgang that scenario, you just give up on that chance. He just never gave up, did he? He was constantly just pressing and pressing and pressing, and he was able to create about 3 or 4 or 5 chances in the space of about 1 in-game minutes.
Man, I'm thinking if I am the Theoneos in the Theoneos' shoes in that situation, you know how sweaty my hands would be? How worried I'd be? I think I'd be having heart palpitations because of how many chances Anders was given, and obviously he was able to finalize that one on pretty much the 6th opportunity, but great goalkeeper movement as well. Courtois might be MVP for him.
Hello. And that should do us for half-time. Half-time, Anders leads 2-0 in this game. He's still not happy, though. Let's jump over here. This one's just kicked off for the second half. Leandro Peixoto was 1-0 down against Nicolas. Leandro Peixoto just in front, but for how long? David Ginola taking matters into his own hands there.
He was, and I will say, although Nicolas is out of this game, if I were to choose anyone, or is down in this game, if I were to choose anyone, it is Nicolas to potentially make a comeback. I've seen him come back from insane opportunities, insane score lines, and so never count out a player like Nicolas, which is why I'm actually really excited to watch more of this game.
I'm sure someone else who's excited to watch some more Anders Vejrgang tonight is FG, joined us on the commentary desk now. How are you, mate?
I'm all right, I'm good. I thought I'd just pop in, you know, just saw the Twitch chat moving, asking like what the Mystery Nation is and stuff, so I just thought I'd just come and, you know, help you out a little bit.
Please tell me you've been searching the Mystery Nation and you've been getting it for us.
Yeah, I've been looking, like, I mean, it's an interesting game here. Is Kovacic playing?
Kovacic?
No. Kovacic? Josko? No.
I don't think so, mate.
Interesting.
It's a bit random of you, that.
Yeah, just anyway, how have you guys been? All good?
Good.
All right, cool. I'll see you guys later anyway.
Oh, is that it?
Okay, bye.
Right, well, FG's decided just to leave us on the commentary desk. He normally joins us for a bit longer than 5 in-game minutes, Case, but clearly wanted to probably tell us about who he's just packed in the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, we'll take what we can get at this point.
Here's Lauren James, dispossessed that. Again, 3 games taking place at the same time here at the FC Pro Open. This is just week 2 of the action. 2 more weeks before the Christmas break, then we're back to do round 2 of matches. And then our big finals on the 1st of February that weekend. We'll find potentially a new FC Pro Open champion. Is he looking for a 3rd? No way through on that occasion.
Now, Brandon, I have a question for the chat and for you as well. So there's many different ways that we can go in terms of the squad building. I'm curious about attackers. If you could invest in either Mbappe or Drogba, this is a question for you and the chat, which one would you go with? Because obviously both very, very pricey, but if you could choose one, which one are you going with?
Well, I checked Mbappe's price earlier today, Case, and I'm pretty sure his Thunderstruck was, obviously these players aren't using the Thunderstruck because he's about 12 million coins. I just think Mbappe, there's a reason why so many people use gold Mbappe, because he is just incredible. So I'd probably have to say Mbappe. I do like a pacey player.
I'm a big fan of Drogba. I don't know what it is. Every time he shoots for me, it goes in the back of the net. He's something different. So I think I'd have to go with Drogba. But yeah, let us know in the chat which one you guys would choose on your end.
Let's do a poll if we can, actually, Case. Let's get a poll in the chat now. Let us know, Drogba or Mbappe in your 9 million coin budget. Who would you go for? Speaking of Drogba, it's like he heard us. Leandro Peixoto makes it 3 goals to 1. But yeah, we'll get a poll going in the chat. Let us know your thoughts on that. Oh, Drogba again. Anders Vejrgang finds a 3rd against the Theoneos. And it's safe to say that we haven't seen him in a few months, but he has not changed. He is still giving us all the reactions. That was the goal. And it was a power shot.
For those of you back home, that means let's go Come nu. And so that is his legendary celebration that we get to see on occasion, and a very, very good goal to pair with that one.
Update over here. We're joining this live now. ManuBachoore went 3-0 up in 15 in-game minutes. And the composure that he's shown us around the box is incredible. You know where this is going. Virgil van Dijk. I'm sure we can speak for the whole community, though. Oh, my God. I've looked down at the chat there. I've looked up, and I've just seen Rafael Leo score and go and do the gritty. Let's see this again.
Oh, man, you can't make that mistake. You cannot make that mistake. Courtois is able to give the ball away and pretty much give him a goal on a platter. Yeah, at this stage of the competition, you cannot let that happen.
Let's jump back to this one again. Anders Vejrgang 3-0 up as it currently stands against the one-off. Step-overs are coming out, trademark. But the point I wanted to say, Case, is I'm sure we can all speak about it, who play Ultimate Team Champions at home as well. That Virgil van Dijk, even his goal, it just, that aerial plus play style, you cannot stop it from a corner. It's just like flipping a coin every time.
It really is. And I know that these players have workshopped their corners so much, they know to give it directly to Virgil van Dijk. As we see another goal here for the One-Os, potentially putting him back into this game. It's gonna be an uphill hill to climb, Brandon. But even one goal conceded, and Anders is upset about that one.
Well, Bobby Charles just said, Anders, you're taking too long on the ball there. He's pickpocketed the French defender. A little 1-2 interchange for Mbappe, and he's been able to pull away. It must be said as well, if you have tuned in tonight, the FC Pro rewards are available for those that have connected their YouTube or Twitch accounts, their EA account. Last week we gave out a Karim Benzema loan player. I think, wow, Weghorst. Speaking of tall, scary strikers, you can get him on loan alongside potentially a rare players pack if you watch for long enough tonight. Here we go, free kick. Expect something from this, Bruno Fernandes! And on the rebound, Ginola. Just taking enough time for Nicolas to slide it through. The composure is what made that goal.
There was opportunity for that to go in directly from the free kick, but for him to keep his head in the game, make sure he got that rebound in, very, very good from Nicolas. It does set us even across the board, 3-3 against LJR. As we see the replay here, we see Bruno off the crossbar, Ginola low-driven, straight into the back of the net from the rebound.
3-3. What has happened here again? It's another chance to the right-hand side. Michael Elise, of all people, into Mbappe, the One-Os.
Just tell me what I should do. Just tell me. Yeah, but what should I do? Just tell me what I should do. I can't.
Tell him what he should do. He needs to know. Because he might be giving away a 3-goal lead as it currently stands. We said he was in the game when he was at 0-0 or 1-0 down, let alone 3-0 down, Case.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what could happen, especially with 9-minute halves. As we see, Brandon, the poll, what are we thinking?
Wow. I mean, I saw loads of you in the chat getting involved, saying Mbappe or Drogba again. Who would you buy in that 9 million coin budget as your striker, your number 9 potentially? That is a very tightly contested poll. Mbappe just coming out on top. Who did you say in the end?
I said Drogba.
You said
So
Drogba.
shout out to the all the Drogba supporters in the chat.
Garincha, is he on sides? How's he missed that? Could be able to rebound. Red time shot. Mbappe. The ball still bouncing around, and it still doesn't go in. What a chance wasted. Update over here. Leandro Peixoto, I believe, back in front. Speaking of Drogba, 4-3. You simply do not know where to look at the FC Pro Open. We knew this was going to be a great group. And we're only in round 1. Back to you, Anders Vejrgang. At the moment, you feel like all the momentum is on the side of the One-Os, who must be thinking, surely I've got a chance to get back in this game, stop a point being shared.
All right, we do have an update here in the poll, and it looks like Drogba is pulling out and potentially going to win this against Mbappe, or they're just listening to me. It's either the goals that they're seeing or they're just taking my word for it.
If I say Mbappe now, please vote Mbappe. Watch it swing again. It will swing back the other way.
I don't know about that one.
Garincha looking for that potential Trivela. Went for a ball roll inside, looking for a one more pass. Update, what have we had over here? Potentially a consolation or a start of a comeback there. AboFawzi, what a chance this could be. The One-Os looking for a third. Time green, finesse save by Courtois. Oh no! Mbappe makes it 3-0. Up Anders Vejrgang, and he's just thrown it away.
As we see the replay here, he didn't quite get that first green time shot, but it's a defensive mistake from Virgil van Dijk, gifted the goal for the One-Os to make it 3-3 across the board, and he is officially, potentially, going to be having a positive result against Anders.
Look, we said keep an eye out for ManuBachoore Peixoto. What a start he could be having here tonight. As it currently stands, it would be Manu on goal difference, top of the tree. Second place, ManuBachoore Peixoto. What a start they are both having as it currently stands. Remember, still 10, 15 minutes left in those games. But in that One-Os Anders game case, both players making some terrible mistakes at the back.
Yeah, very, very bad defensive mistakes. And it's interesting because you see Anders and he's very, very passionate right now, but he's not a happy camper. And so I'm wondering if it's maybe that frustration, that anger that is leading to some of those defensive mistakes. And at this stage of the competition, you just cannot let that happen. And so I'm curious how these last few minutes are going to go, if it'll end in a draw.
Right, all eyes on this one for me. Again, 3-0, Anders was leading, now it's 3-3. Fair play to the One-Os as well. The amount of players that would be in this game and think, I'm out, I'm done. 3-0 down against Vejrgang. Hello, no way. Offside.
And that's the thing, Brandon, when we talk about predictions, even on like the talent side, we've talked about a lot of names, and I think that the One-Os needs to be brought into these conversations more regularly, because I think that he's bringing himself to the table, qualifying for the group stage of the FC Pro Open back-to-back years, representing the Saudi Arabia region very, very well, and I think that he's definitely becoming a top-tier player, and we're going to see him shoot up those rankings as we continue through the competition.
So much joy he's getting out on this right-hand side. Speaking of FC Pro Love items, there's another one, Oxlade-Chamberlain. We had a few upgrades last week thanks to Nixner. Gravenberch finds Theo Hernandez. What a chance this could be for the One-Os. Bobby Charlton, cheeky chip over the top. Bobby Charlton, time to chest it down. Courtois does just enough. Quick corner comes, you know where that one's going. Oh my, let's not do this again. Can you imagine if he snatches a win here?
That would be very, very surprising, but also very exciting for him. And I think that it's an eye-opener to everyone competing in this competition to never count out anyone in this group stage, because it depends on the day. Anyone could perform or not perform.
Oxlade-Chamberlain went for a ridiculous power shot from that angle. Back to Anders, last 5 in-game minutes. Has he got a match winner in him? Drogba, dispossessed by Amsterdam. Tried to feed it into Mbappe, but he just had no real room to manoeuvre. Could be a fantastic through ball there. Theo Hernandez proving why he is in every single player's team tonight in a left-back. Last 2 in-game minutes, dispossessed, oh no. The One-Os, what a chance this could be for him to get back down the other end. There will be one more good chance, big chance left in this one for one of these two to snatch all 3 points, to give themselves the perfect start in round 1 here in Group B of the FC Pro Open. Or is it going to be a point shared apiece? Added time of more than 1 minute maybe. Chance to break, Mbappe away from Virgil van Dijk. Numbers pulling over water ball. This could be Rafael Leo to make it 4-3. The ONEOS with the ultimate turnaround in the FC Pro Open. He was the underdog in this group, and he's just completely ripped up the script.
We don't get to see too much celebrations there from the ONEOS. We normally see them towards the end of each match because he's keeping his head during the match. But finally, we get to see some celebratory moments there with his coach. What a moment for the ONEOS to take down the current champion, Anders, as we see a replay here for Nicolas, bringing it 5-4. He's going to have enough time with 2 minutes left.
Well, well, well. Right, we're getting some full-time results around the grounds now. This is about to be a full-time ManuBachoore. Looking better this time around in the FC Pro Open. Full-time result or not? We're in for an equaliser! 4-4! Anders Vejrgang! He's still not happy, but he's got a point on the board at least. That could have been a terrible start from him. We blinked for a second, he had a kick-off, and this is what happened, Case.
Yes, it was Garincha into Drogba. A bit of a fumble there defensively. Rayton green timed across the goal just in the nick of time. He's able to do it to make him level up against the ONEOS.
The ONEOS there, he's seconds, Case, seconds away from such an incredible comeback. He was 3-0 down, as we were saying.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because this will almost feel like a loss to the ONEOS, losing it in those last seconds. But we have to remember, he was down by big margins in the beginning of it, so he was able to come back. So he should be very, very proud about his performance up against Anders here, because it is not an easy task to take on someone, especially in the first round of group stage. You know, the nerves are there, but he was able to get his footing, get back into it, and he's coming away with 1 point.
Well, there you go. First round results are pretty much done. I'm looking across. Nicolas's game is still live. We can get over there. As the Nicolas pulled it back. This was the goal to make it 5-4. And I believe they're still playing now. Added time of 4 minutes. You never normally see that. The last game left to conclude from round one. If Nicolas can get the ball back, he'll have one more decent chance. And I think Leandro Peixoto may have not just got himself over the lines, giving away a throw-in. The referee should play on this attack. Nicolas, we know him as the Iceman for moments like this. Still could have a chance. Chamberlain. Still is there. Chamberlain goes for a corner. The referee's, of course, going to play it. Ball still bouncing around. Ginola stopped by Van der Sar. Recycles it back to Virgil van Dijk, who's going to win it again and again and again. Eventually, Leandro Peixoto can get the ball clear and keep himself along the top of the table on 3 points.
My goodness, that last minute felt like 10. Brandon, that was absolutely insane. What a first round of fixtures for Group B here. I mean, we couldn't ask for anything more. I mean, we've had goals, goals, goals. We've had comebacks. We've had upsets. Like, it's been very entertaining. I hope everyone in the chat is enjoying the first round.